Italy, with just 5.8 crore people, earns over 60 billion euros every year. Greece, with 1.07 crore in population, earns nearly 20 billion euros. Egypt, with 11 crore people, earns US dollar 14.4 billion. All these countries are able to generate this kind of revenue just from tourism. But India, a nation of 140 crore people with more heritage sites than all these three combined, it's really behind in terms of tourism revenue. This gap is not because India lacks heritage. It is because we have not unlocked its true economic power. Let me tell you why. Because the problem is not the heritage of this country. The problem is how we manage it. And if India acts now, it can realistically become the world's #1 heritage tourism country within a decade. The lamb searches for light, forgetting it shines from within. Exactly like India, which is chasing complicated economic pathways. Our ancient Indian literatures give a beautiful example of the story of a musk deer. A musk deer is well known of producing a scent, right? And the male musk deer searches for its female partner, thinking that the smell is coming from the female partner. But in reality, that smell comes from his own body. This very well explains the context of heritage. Indian tourists and people from India love to go to different parts of the world. They like to see the pyramids in Egypt. They like to go to America. They like to go and see the Statue of Liberty, the Eiffel Tower, and it's all great. But the fact of the matter is, this country itself has a massive tourism potential in terms of its heritage sites. India can become the world's 3rd largest economy very quickly if we just take care of your heritage sites properly, market them properly, make sure that these sites are well preserved, well protected, keep them clean. And if India acts now, it can realistically become the world's #1 heritage tourism nation within a decade. The reality is, India has more civilizational layers than Greece, Egypt, China or Italy. Thousands of ancient sites, temples, stepwells, forts and cities. The world's largest intangible cultural heritage ecosystem. Yet India ranks below the top 20 in global heritage tourism revenue. How bad is that? Why is India underperforming despite its massive potential? And how new technologies, policies and conservation models can literally change everything? Let's discuss in this video. So what real measurable actions can India make to make sure that we become the #1 heritage country of this planet? The first thing is global comparison. What the top countries are doing right and what we could do better. Italy, a $52 billion tourism economy. It attracts 96 million tourists every year. 55 UNESCO World Heritage Sites in a country like Italy. Strong preservation laws. High quality visitor management. Sometimes it's very simple. You have to have these things. And sometimes clear storytelling and global marketing of heritage. For instance, we have the story of the gladiator. Very well marketed, very well converted into a real story. And now everybody likes to visit the Roman sites in Italy. Coming to France, the world's #1 tourist nation. 100 million tourists annually. 100 million, which is 10 crore people every single year. And only a few globally famous monuments. Massive investment in cultural experience and their museums and a fantastic branding. Then we come to Egypt. $13.6 billion tourism revenue. What Egypt has? It has pyramids, Luxor, Karnak. Egypt massively uses its archaeological branding and global exhibitions to promote itself as a very advanced civilization of the past. And what happens? People from all over the world come to Egypt. Combine that with exceptional storytellings. Many movies are based on the concept of the mummies and the pyramids. So it is not that these countries have something very radically different from India. They are also ancient civilizations. India is also ancient civilization. India also has phenomenal structures which are architectural wonders of the past. The Brihadishwara temple is one such wonder. Coming to the next section, India's heritage potential. India has 3,691 Archaeological Survey of India protected monuments. Yet experts believe that India could have lakhs of historical and archaeological sites. Global archaeologists believe that 90% of ancient India is still not excavated and still buried. And they believe that modern mapping technologies can bring them out. Imagine that what could come out, especially in a country like India, which has history going back to thousands of years. Point number 3, India has the world's largest civilizational diversity. Over 5,000 years of recorded cultural transformation. Dozens of ancient urban centers, Indus Valley civilization, painted grey ware, Mahajanapada period, megalithic sites, and whatnot. The next point, India is under-monetizing its heritage tourism. India received just a meager number of 6.19 million foreign tourists, whereas a country like Thailand, much smaller than India in terms of its size, in terms of its population as well, received 39.8 million tourists, whereas Italy received 10 times more tourism revenue than India. So what is the core problem here? The core problem is India's heritage is massive, but its heritage infrastructure is minimal. So coming to the next section, why is India not number one? The first thing is low heritage protection coverage. We have very less sites which are actually protected by the government. Approximately 3,700 sites are centrally protected by the Archaeological Survey of India. Many sites which could be of historical and international significance are still in a very bad condition, unnoticed, unpreserved, and many times undocumented, and destroyed before even people could know about it. This is the reality which we are living in. Coming to the next problem, poor documentation. We do not have still a central database of all potential archaeological sites which are not yet excavated. We have initiatives like the Temples of India movement, which has documented 6.25 lakh temples on their website, yes, but we do not have a comprehensive database of all sites which are not yet mapped, which are state protected, which are yet to be protected. Forts, stepwells, temples, artifacts, maybe the statues, maybe chariots, heritage towns. India is a continuous civilization. We are living on top of ancient civilizations. And therefore many times we are not able to find any antique history because we are living on top of it. And lack of comprehensive archaeological mapping like LiDAR, SAR, GIS is a national issue. Why? Because this mapping can help us find historical sites of significance and we preserve it before it gets destroyed. Number 3, infrastructure gaps. Many sites today lack even proper signboards. They do not exist even on Google Maps. Forget about travel websites. We need also proper interpretation in those places. We need to have tour guides. We need to have people in those places who explain about the importance of that site. Another major problem, basic sanitation. This again is a major problem in heritage sites. Another major problem we face is weak storytelling. Because tourists love stories, they do not just love the stones. Countries like Egypt, Italy, Greece, France, they have excelled in narrative delivery and ultimately they market their historical sites very beautifully. Today, in antique sites like Verona and Rome, the Roman auditoriums have become a place where people could do their shows, their events. Another major problem is lack of museums. India as a country does not have sufficient museums. And another improvement could be that important sites could have VR and AR experience centers, where people could come and experience the history of that site, something which has been tried in places like Ayodhya. Multi-language tours, especially when people are from different parts of the planet. India rarely presents its history through a global lens. And therefore, the big opportunity is that India has the largest untapped heritage economy. If India even documents 10% of its unlisted heritage sites, the number of tourism zones could increase by 5 to 10x. Global demand for spiritual and cultural travel is rising day by day. Culture plus spiritual tourism is now the fastest growing segment. India is uniquely positioned on this front. And finally, we come to domestic tourism. Domestic tourism is exploding in India. India crossed 2.3 billion domestic tourist visits in the year 2023. India's internal market alone can sustain a global heritage industry. That's the potential of domestic tourism. And what can new technologies do in this regard? New technologies like LiDAR, SAR, drone mapping, AR, VR experience centers, photogrammetry, all these can help understand the ancient history, can help us reveal buried sites, ancient water systems, ancient temples which were lost. We could map it again and we could bring it out. And therefore, heritage tourism gives direct economic impact. Every $1 invested in heritage could possibly generate $10 or even $20 in the local economy. And therefore, India can unlock rural employment to a scale never could be imagined. I can give you an example of this famous temple in Indonesia, Prambanan. Prambanan temple was destroyed by natural causes. This temple was restored and the area transformed massively. In India, corporate social responsibility is still below 1% for heritage. Although heritage is such a sector, when invested properly, heritage alone can build such an impact, give such a return of investment that probably it's unmatched in many ways. The entire area gets transformed. People start staying there. More people start visiting, more shops getting set up and whatnot. Skill development, startups getting created, shops, businesses, whatnot. So cultural preservation is of great importance in this land. India has already faced a lot of invasions, a lot of attacks, a lot of destruction due to natural causes. We cannot afford to lose this country's heritage. And what must India do right now to make sure our history and heritage is preserved for the future? Launch a national heritage mapping mission. Build a global brand around India's diversity. Of course, Taj Mahal might be great, and foreign tourists generally like to come to Delhi. They visit the Taj Mahal and they go to forts in Jaipur and they go back. This is the famous triangle of the foreign tourist. Why not we preserve and promote diverse sites in India, not just this triangle of Delhi, Agra and Jaipur? Why not promote Kashi? Why not promote Hampi? Why not promote Bodh Gaya? Why not promote Nalanda and Vikramashila? Why not promote the majestic and beautiful temples of Odisha? And interestingly, why not take people to the northeast and display the northeastern heritage? Why not take people to the Indus Valley sites, the Vedic Saraswati sites, which is famously known today as the Indus Valley civilization? To empower local communities is of great importance. We create local guides who will be trained with the content given by the archaeological survey. Village-based homestays, that's something which could inspire a lot of people to come to India. Craft clusters near heritage zones. So to end, what is the potential of this country if we sort out this heritage sector? Something which is already available with us, something which has not been maintained properly, preserved properly. If only we could do this, India could transform its economy at a scale that you can never imagine. If Italy can attract 96 million tourists within a few hundred monuments, India, with thousands of ancient temples, cities, forests and forts, has the potential to revive global tourism. The question is not, can India become #1 heritage tourist destination? The real question is, when will we act? Because if India systematically documents, preserves and presents its heritage, we will not just become a tourism leader, we will reclaim our civilizational memory on the world stage. And on this note, I end this video. So thank you so much for watching this video. Signing off, this is Chandru Ramesh here, author, history researcher and director of Historika Foundations, dedicated to preserving, promoting and glorifying ancient Indian heritage. Please make sure to subscribe and click the bell icon. We have a lot of exciting videos coming up on unknown history of this great land called Bharat. Thank you so much.